Hey, what's going on? It's Mitch here. In today's video, I want to show you the 2-call closing system, and this system is responsible for over $500,000 in sales. And I'm going to show you how you can use this exact same system to close more deals, close more high-ticket clients, and really scale up your business. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact process to actually get prospects to reach out to you to want to hop on the phone, and how you can also get them to be hungry and basically asking you how you can help them and how they can work with you. So you basically flip the script, and now they're the ones that are selling themselves to you and how they can potentially become a client and work with you. And so primarily where we use this process and this 2-call closing system is mainly through like outreach process. So one thing that we do and what we specialize in is specifically with LinkedIn, and we'd also do some email drip campaigns and stuff like that. We also do Facebook ads, but primarily on LinkedIn is where we use this. You can use it also in cold emails or even on Facebook if you're messaging prospects. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to be placing a piece of stimulus in front of your prospect. So it could be a marketing message or just a DM in their chat, and you're going to be basically showing them how you can help solve their problem and get them to the desired result through your proprietary method. And I'm going to talk more about the proprietary method and where you can learn more about that. But basically, you're going to be placing this message and this stimulus in front of them, and now they become in this agitated situation, and they need to solve their problem and get their desired result. So now there's an agitation, right? And so now what you're going to do is you're going to try and take them off of this platform, so whatever you're doing, so whether it's LinkedIn chat and outreach, or whether that's Facebook, or even if you're using cold emails, if you have a really strong potent message, and getting them just on a quick 15-minute chat. And the reason why we get them onto a 15-minute chat and we take them off the platform and onto a phone call first is to qualify them. So this is the discovery call. So that's the first component of the process, is the discovery call. So you're basically going to, let's grab my marker. So you're going to basically go off of, like, for example, LinkedIn or outreach, and this is the stimulus, right? And so you get them from the stimulus and you bridge them and you just get them onto the discovery call. So this is a phone call. That's a phone, and this is discovery call here. And what this call is you're basically qualifying the prospect on, you're asking strategic questions to see if they're even a good fit to work with you. So you're going to be going into depth on kind of, where are they at, what's their current problems, what does their current situation look like, and kind of just qualifying them. And the reason why we do a 2-call close, especially on like outreach, like cold outreach and stuff, is because they don't know who you are. They have no clue who you are, what you do, or anything like that. So now we need to basically qualify them and show them how we can potentially help them. And you're basically just getting on there to, one, just see if you can even help them, and you're basically qualifying them on this call. And you don't want to go and waste like an hour of your time to just get onto a phone call with a prospect, not actually knowing that that you can actually help them. And one, it's less friction. So if you're just telling someone to get on a quick 15-minute chat, which is a discovery call, or like a 10-minute chat, they're more receptive to doing that. But you have to place a stimulus that can show them how you can solve their pain or problem and get them to the desired result, and then give them a call to action to get on just a quick 15-minute chat, which is the discovery call. And when you get on there, like I said, you're just trying to qualify them and see if they're a good fit. You're building massive amounts of rapport. So that's what this does here. You basically are building rapport with them, just seeing how you can help, and just building that relationship off the get-go and getting them to like trust you, because you're not there to sell, and you're just there to qualify and see if they're even a good fit for what you do. And if they are, then you would bridge them to the second component, which would be the closing call. And the main purpose of this call is really for them to see that you're the expert, the authority in the space, and can actually help them solve their problem and get them to the desired result. And if you can, that's when you would bridge them to the second call. And before you basically get them onto the second call, what we're going to do is we're going to place them a piece of pre-selling mechanism, is what we call it, in between the 2 calls. So you basically get them from a discovery call, now you get them onto the pre-sell mechanism. So this is the pre-sell mechanism, and it's basically it could be a video, it could be a VSL, it could be just a written sales letter. It could be a video of just kind of you and what you do and how you help prospects, maybe some testimonials or something like that. But what we found really works really well is a video sales letter or a written sales letter. And that's what's going to really pre-sell them on your proprietary method. So I'm going to link this below. Just comment below proprietary method, and I'll link it. I'll basically send you a message, and so just comment below, and I'll send you a private message on this if you want to learn more about the proprietary method and how you can actually leverage this in the pre-selling mechanism to stand out in the marketplace and actually show them how you're different than all the other marketers or coaches or advisors or financial planners and whatever out there, and how you're different and how you can help solve their problems specifically by following your proprietary method and not, like what everyone else was selling out there in the marketplace. And so that's what the pre-selling mechanism is. It's basically pre-selling them on your proprietary method and how your proprietary method can get them to their desired result and solve their problem. And so I'll link that below. Just comment below, and I'll shoot you a short video on that and how you can start to leverage that within your business. But what the pre-selling mechanism is like I said, it could be a video sales letter. And the video sales letter is going into depth on kind of like kicking that bruised knee, pouring some salt in the wound, and really showing them that this is a really relevant pain or problem that they need to solve now, and how we can actually help them alleviate that pain or problem, and also how we can start to get them what they want, which is their desired situation. And so it's now pre-selling them on exactly it is what you do and how we can help them specifically. It's very, very powerful, because when they get on the discovery call, you're not selling them like most people do. They just try and get on like this, the first call, and they're just basically doing some pitch right off the bat. They literally talk for like 10 minutes, and then they be quiet, and then the prospect is like, whoa, what, like you're trying to sell me here? And they usually just hang up, or they say no thank you, or price is too high or something like that. And you really want to position yourself as the expert authority on this call, so when you show this to them, now they're hungry for what you have to offer. They're hungry to get on that second call and see what you have to offer, because now it intrigues them, sparks their curiosity, it's showing them how you can help them specifically, and this does most of the selling. You're not selling here, you're basically doing most of the selling here, and then when they get on the second call, you're basically just qualifying them a little bit more and then presenting the solution to how you can help solve that problem and get them to the desired result. You're basically just bridging that gap and selling them their desired future, what they want, and not the specific product or service which you're selling. And I have another video on that you can check out. I'll link it below as well. But the pre-selling mechanism is a very, very powerful component of this process, and it's really what's going to get someone to reach out to you and either schedule a call with you or even just want to buy your products and services without you having to actually sell or pitch like most people think, where like I said, they just get on the phone and start pitching for like 10 minutes, and now instead you're basically showing them how you can solve that problem. And so once you've got them to this part, which is the pre-selling mechanism, so this is the pre-selling mechanism, I'll write it here, pre-sell. What you're going to do is you're going to then bridge them to a strategy call, is what we call it. So it's another call. You can either do it over Zoom, you can do it over Skype, you can do it over phone call. It's whatever your preference is. If you want to do more face-to-face, you can do it over Zoom. But I like to use the phone, and you can just get them onto a second phone call. And then here, they already saw what you had to offer and kind of how this can solve them at a very high level, but it shows them exactly kind of what your process is about, like your proprietary method, and how it can solve that problem, right? So from here, they're already basically sold the fact that you kind of have the means or the vehicle to help them get to where they want to get to. And then here, you're basically just asking strategic questions, getting key data points and quantifiable data to actually bridge that gap and get them to the desired situation. And then from there, you're not actually closing them as a client. I mean, you are, but you're basically, I see this all the time. People think that they need to start like pitching prospects or just like trying to close, like always be closing like everyone says. But here, you want to just kind of open up the relationship. And I always say that, like, instead of looking at sales as closing, look at it as opening the relationship, and that you're there to like actually help them and create a long-term relationship with your clients, and actually you can actually help them. And when you can do that on this call and you have the key data points, like, look, you've been getting this many calls, or you've been generating this amount of returns on your year over year, and I can help you get this amount of returns, or I can help you generate this amount of revenue, and really put it into place by following my proprietary method and this process here. They're automatically going to be pre-sold before you even get on the phone. But when you can take them through the process on a strategy session, so this is like the closing call, and you can actually help them and you present that solution, it should sound perfect to your prospect, and they're going to be like, okay, well, he's the expert in this specific field and helping me get to where I want to go. He must be the person to help me get there. Like, yes, of course I'm going to work with this person, because he didn't try and sell me. He did it different than everyone else. He has a different process, because your proprietary method is different than everyone else is selling. Like, they're selling Facebook ads and funnels. You're selling your proprietary method and how you specifically can help them get the result. And when you can do that and then get them on the call, get the key data points, take them through the sequential process, bridge that gap, and actually present the solution and open the relationship for them to come work with you, like an invitation to come work with you, that's when they're going to be like, yes, of course I'm going to work with this person. He's not like the slimy salespeople that I've talked to in the past, where they're just trying to get me on an hour call and fork up 30 minutes or 45 minutes, an hour of my call right off the bat, without me even knowing them, and trying to pitch me on some service. Like, that's not going to happen. right? But this guy did it differently. He was actually interested in helping me, and he sees my needs. He's built my trust. I built good rapport with him, and I actually feel that this guy can help me get where I want to go to. Then he obviously has what I need, and I must work with them. And now they're going to start to justify why they need to work with you and sell themselves and why they need to work with you, because you hold the keys to the kingdom, like the treasure map to the promised land, right? And if you do this process properly, it's basically a 4-step system. So you basically get them on the through LinkedIn or through outreach. We primarily focus on LinkedIn and emails, which we basically leverage to get inbound leads off LinkedIn. And we take them onto a discovery call, we qualify the prospect, and we're actually qualifying them, and they're not basically, because I know what most people do, most marketers, even just like people in general, they're seeing the prospect basically has the power, and they're basically qualifying you indirectly. Even though you think you're qualifying them, you know that you're attached to that sale and that you want to close this prospect, and they're the ones that are like, oh no, well, why are you different than everyone else, right? But when you can position a way of like, I'm just seeing if I can even help you, and if not, I'll tell you, like, I can't help you, and then we can just part ways as friends, and you can just go on living your life. But I want to see if I can actually help you, and if I can, then I'm going to try and bridge the gap to a second call, and in between I'm going to take you through the pre-selling mechanism, and that's what's going to pre-sell you on my process, how I can help you specifically solve your problem, get your result. And then when you get on the call, you basically bridge them through that gap, and then boom, they become a paying client within your business. And so this is a very, very powerful system. Like I said, I've closed over $500,000 in sales just using this without spending a single dime on paid advertising, because I know how to place a stimulus, I know what my prospects want, and I'm taking them on a discovery call, I'm qualifying them, I'm building that relationship, I'm bridging the gap to the strategy session, and I'm basically just having key data points, and I show them how I can help them specifically. I sell them the desired future, not the features and benefits of what they want, and I basically close them as a high-paying client, because I basically turned an outbound prospect into an inbound lead through taking them through this process here. And I'm telling you, nobody is teaching this, and it really can take someone, for example, I got on the phone with someone who is on the NASDAQ. He owns one of his companies that he owns on his holding company does over $400 million per year. And if I told you, you would know who it is, but I'm not going to say, because basically I don't want to disclose his name. But basically I was able to get a prospect through the same process and get him onto a phone call and basically show him how I can help them, basically using the same process. Someone on the NASDAQ, someone who owns a $400 million company off of LinkedIn. So this process is really, really powerful if you can do it properly. You obviously have to have a really potent message. You obviously have to have a good process of qualifying them and then getting them onto this process and then pre-selling them and then getting them onto the phone call. And like I said, you want to really look at it as more so in the strategy session as pre-scribing your solution rather than describing your product and service, which I see most people do. So most people go into depth on like, okay, well, I'm going to sell you some like, we're going to do a Facebook ad bot, or we're going to do like this and this, and we're going to build this funnel, that funnel, we're going to do this comprehensive financial plan, it's going to do this and this and that, where you're really describing the process, and you need to start prescribing the solution. So instead of describing it, prescribe it, and become that doctor on the strategy session and diagnose their current situation, their desired situation. Like I said, get those key data points that you need to make a quantifiable, justification, not even justification, but a presentation of how this can get them to the result, and prescribe the doctor, prescribe the solution in a manner where they actually want to come work with you as a paying client. And that's how you close. And you open that relationship. Obviously there's going to be objection handling, but you do it in a way where it's like, you need to do this, and like you have to show them the seriousness of the situation of like, you need to do this because you know for yourself that you just told me this is everything that you need, and I'm the specialist on how you get there and how to help you get there, right? And that's very, very powerful. And if you do it this way, I'm guaranteed you'll be getting so much more results. Even if you just put in this process from what you're currently doing, than just going on pitching a prospect, take them onto 2 calls. It's gonna release that that tension or that friction of this person, or that even that resistance to actually buy your product and service. And that's a very, very powerful component of this, is qualifying them and the pre-sale. And then once you have that, you can go into the process of opening the relationship and then closing them as that paying client. Biggest thing really is detaching yourself from the outcome. So a lot of people, when they get on like a qualifying call, they want to close the person right on that call, and there's a time and place to do a 1-call close. Like, I'm not saying you can't do a 1-call close, because you definitely can, I'm just saying a 2-call close is, I found it far more efficient and actually skyrocketed my close ratio, because now I'm basically feeding all the prospects that are highly qualified for my product or service and getting them onto this call, and that's when I'm, pitching them my product or service, or like, prescribing the solution. But initially, you can just do this process, and then you can like transition when you have like inbound leads coming in through your website or through a funnel, and just getting them onto one phone call and doing the same process here to close them as a client. But if you're doing any kind of outreach, or you're doing cold emails, you're doing even Facebook, messaging prospects, or in Facebook groups, or even LinkedIn. Like, we use LinkedIn, and it works really, really well on LinkedIn, I found. And this is how you do it. And like I said, detach yourself from the outcome of that, and actually just go into it building relationships and prescribing solutions. And that's what's going to skyrocket your close ratio and help you close more deals. So use this process, and if you want to learn more about it, I'm going to link a free training where I actually go a little bit into more depth on exactly this whole process and how we actually use it, as well as how to generate qualified booked appointments off of LinkedIn, automate that entire process, and get them into a predictable, streamlined process to close them as a high-paying client for your service business. So if you own a digital marketing agency, or social media marketing, or you do a coaching, or you're a financial advisor, or you just own a service business, this is the process we use, and that's what's going to help you close more business and generate more revenue and really scale your business and get it to the next level. So I'll link it below. You can go check it out. It's 100% free. You just have to opt in. There's going to be a name and email, and I'll also give you a free workbook if you opt in. And you can watch the video, and I know for a fact you're going to get massive value from it. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, leave a comment below if you want to see the proprietary method, and if you want to watch the free training there. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.